Let's run it. Let's run it. What's wise, my people? What's wise? Wise thoughts, wise moves, wise clues for you guys to be wise too. And this is the Wise Talk, baby. And I'm the wise guy who once was the fool. Smash them likes up. So like and subscribe and share. Hit them buttons, smash them buttons. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, we finna get straight on to it, man. I'm finna go and explain to you guys why I call myself the fool. Well, not why I call myself the fool, why I once was a fool. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna tell you right here, I'm gonna take it back on y'all real quick. It all started back in them days before I was even born. Let me go back there with y'all right quick. The Tulsa riot. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the Tulsa riot. Where they blew up, I ain't gonna say blew up everything. They burned up everything. Burned up everybody's history. Burned up everybody's rights. You know what I'm saying? So it starts there. You know where I'm coming from? So I came out as a fool, basically. So let me say that. Yeah, it starts there, but here it go right here. The obstacles that was placed out here in this race that deal with our emotions. You know what I'm saying? The first obstacle they put out here was the Bible. I had to walk and talk a certain way for the people to respect me or the people to understand me or even for the people to listen to me. Because if I went against that Bible, then I wouldn't get no type of communication. I'll get called a name. So that was one incident when I had to become something that I shouldn't have became. So that what made me a fool too. And that was one obstacle, you know. The second obstacle comes to this right here. When they put billions of dollars behind drug movies, billions of dollars behind programming rappers to talk about drive-bys when they could have put billions of dollars into gospel rappers. They could have put billions of dollars into gospel music and gospel movies. But so that's the second obstacle right there that made me programmed to be a fool, you know? Now here comes the third one. The gangs that they allow to travel 50 states without putting a stop to it. That program kids so want to be a part of it. So that was the third obstacle that they put in this race. That program our brains, that play with our emotions. The fourth one, the fast money. Yeah, they put the fast money out here. Yeah, the fast money plays with your emotions too. You have to be a fool to chase it. To chase that fast money, it comes with enemies, jealousy, snitches, envy, and all kind of other things. So I was a fool too on that situation, right? So when I say I once was the fool, I'm able to admit that I did all these things that was foolish. I wasn't being myself. I was trying to be these fools, like these other fools, to fit in. You didn't understand what I'm saying? So that was the fifth obstacle. The sixth obstacle, I kind of jumped the gun, but I'm going to tell you again. I had to find myself again. Yeah, I had to admit that I didn't want to be a fool no more. But the fast money and me being a fool was messing with my mind. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I had to admit that I didn't want to be the fool no more. So that was the sixth obstacle. So that's the obstacle right there that people judge you. You know, people want you to be who they want you to be. Some people want to say, why you don't own this, or why you don't own that, or why you ain't got this. So they want you to be all of that stuff or have all that stuff. But when you happy with yourself, you don't need none of that stuff. All you need is some fresh air. Yeah, I said it. All you need is fresh air. So that was the sixth obstacle, being judged, not wanting to be a part of certain things anymore. You know where I'm coming from? So the seventh obstacle was this right here. Me recognize that I was God. Yeah, I said it. Yahweh, I am who I am. And the craziest thing right here is just right here. Once I recognized it, those obstacles that I had to run before I recognized it led me to be judged again. Because now I am that fool to everyone. Not this man that recognized that I am who I am. And that's God. Just like you are too. You know what I'm saying? So that was the seventh obstacle right there. You know, being judged again by speaking about I am God. I am Yahweh. You know where I'm coming from? So then the eighth one right here is completing the race. And completing the race is just right here. It goes back to what I said earlier, just finding yourself, knowing who you are, and being happy with yourself, and not letting nothing that no one say influence you to do things that you don't want to do. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So yeah, you have to say, okay, I'm finished with this race. You know where I'm coming from? So that's how I was the fool right there. Certain obstacles that I had to run, mistakes I had to make. Myself, having to admit to the mistakes. You understand what I'm saying? Because without admitting to mistakes, wisdom don't come. You know what I'm saying? So when you too busy pointing fingers at things right here, you'll never get the wisdom that you need to get. What that do is teach you how not like people. Let me say it that way. Yeah, when you pointing fingers, that's just teaching you how to not like people. Yeah, you know where I'm coming from. But when you blame yourself for making mistakes yourself, even though you wasn't the one that done it wrong, you learning how to deal with people. It's teaching you that pencil move just like ink pen, because I don't want to use no names. You know where I'm coming from. Yeah, pencil move just like ink pen if they move the same way, you know? But if ink pen choose to move in a certain way that pencil don't, then I can say they're different. But they both write on a piece of paper and leave something on a piece of paper. You know where I'm coming from? So if that's what's going on, they're the same. So by admitting to everything, even if it wasn't your fault, you're able to learn. You're still able to love the people. You're just able to understand the people. You understand what I'm saying? So once you're able to understand the people, you can deal with anybody at any time and anywhere they want to deal with you at. You're able to go up or down with them. Because you was already down when you was the fool. Now you up. And that's the experience by you admitting You learn from the experience that you made. From all the experience, you learn from it. You know, that will teach you more than the book. So this is when I try to tell you guys how I found God right here in me. After finding myself, trying to change certain things around myself and change me, it was nobody there. Only ones that was there was the people who have God in them. Yeah, I can call on them at any time. But the God that they try to ask me to pray on, that gives me blessings and all this that they was teaching me and all that, that wasn't the God that came through when I was trying to find myself again. Yeah, when I was trying to find myself again, that wasn't the God that came through. The God that came through, that was inside people, they came through for me. Yeah, they opened my eyes to a whole bigger picture. So that's when I realized I don't need to be praying to nobody. I need to be talking to people who found God inside of them so I can receive blessings. You understand what I'm saying? Well, let me say this again so you guys understand what I just said. I don't need to be falling on my knees praying to nobody. I need to be talking to people who found God in them so I can receive my blessings. So when I found all that to come true, then I realized this. Respect is love. Loyalty is love, right? Respect is just a whole bunch of people around you telling you beautiful words to benefit off you. So that's the type of love. If you want that, then you probably got a lot of people around you that's just like that. They benefit off you, but behind your back, they saying a lot of bad things about you. Yeah, that's what's going on. That's the type of respect that some of you guys like. They're the type of love, that some of you guys like. So then I found out about loyalty. It's love too. The loyalty goes back to this again right here. I'm going to share with you guys again. Those who found God in them will never go behind your back and say nothing negative about you. They will sit at the table and talk to you. Yeah, that's what the ones who found God in them would do. They come sit at the table and talk straight directly to you. That's loyalty. You'll never hear nothing bad out of their mouths. That's the love that I realized I wanted. So once I realized that, I realized I ain't had nothing but probably like 3 or 4 friends around me now. Yeah, I didn't realize it wasn't number 3 or 4 friends around me after that. The rest of them was just my brothers from different mothers. Because they got loyalty. We have loyalty with each other. Let me say it that way. You'll never hear nothing bad out of their mouths about me. And you'll never hear me saying nothing bad about them. We sit at the table and talk about it. Yeah, that's what we do. So those who want to know how I was the fool, that's how I became the fool. I admitted to all the BS I done in my life without pointing fingers at nobody. So I'm still able to sit down at the table with everybody because I still have love for the people. No matter if it's an ant, a rat, a snake, a frog, a fish, even an alligator, we can sit down and talk. Because the wisdom that I'm gonna share with them, they gonna know that they can't bite me. Yeah, they gonna know that they can't bite me. See, when you wise and you able to admit to everything you done wrong, it's like a magnet. That negative energy do not like being around. Yeah, negative energy do not like being around what's wise. And what's wise ain't nothing but just being a positive energy person. Yeah, we human, so we're not perfect. So therefore we might say things out of line that's not right. Well, by us being wise, we able to tell y'all that we wasn't right. We ain't finna go on with no lie. But it's only a few of us that's chosen. So I know I'm only gonna get a few views. But I'm still gonna keep pushing doing what I do. Cause I'm a wise guy. You know where I'm coming from? Let me light this up right quick. Yeah, so that's why I was a fool. Once again, I was a fool because I made a lot of mistakes, man. I trying to get it right today. And my religion is wise for those who want to know. My religion is wise. Your religion can be wise too. You have them choices to make. It's up to you. Wise is just being on positive energy, being right, being righteous, still able to talk to everybody, not saying you don't want to deal with people and you hate people. No, you God, you can't hate people. Yeah, if you God, you can't hate people. If you God, you got to be able to forgive people. If you God. So that's the reason why they don't want y'all to know that y'all are God. They want y'all to walk around here with all this negative energy in y'all. Yeah, that's what they want y'all to do. They want y'all to say, F this person, F that person, cross this person, cross that person. And it goes back to this. If they would have gave us our 40 acres and our 40 mules, well, not us, our elders. If they wouldn't have burned Tulsa down riot, we wouldn't be out here acting like fools. So let me tell y'all this too, what just came up to my mind. If the people that done wrong will admit that they done it wrong, we would not have to point fingers or blame nobody, right? The outcome of this right here is this. King David, King Solomon, they had to blame them for something that they was doing wrong too, for go take whatever they had, right? To go take everything that they had, you had to point fingers and blame them for something too, right? So when it comes back to us realizing and understanding what's right, it ain't us blaming and pointing fingers. Admit to what you done wrong. I won't look like a fool because the truth will be told. Who I am and who you is. Well, somehow somebody won't control the reason why they're controlling the way these views going. Yeah, they don't want everybody to get this positive energy and this positive message. I already understand this, but I'm going to still keep pushing. Yeah, I already know. They want to get the people that ain't going to like and subscribe to your page. They don't want this positive energy out. It's going to be another Tulsa riot. The only thing about it, that ain't the mission nobody on. Ain't nobody on no violence. We just on the truth. Yeah, we ain't on no eye for an eye. That leaves everybody blind. A tooth for a tooth, leave everybody toothless. Yeah, we trying to see. Some people trying to have beautiful teeth. So we ain't trying to be about no violence. We just want the truth out. Maybe then our kids won't be out here shooting and killing each other, because they'll recognize that they are God too. And to be God, you can't be out here disrespecting your people. Not just your people, people, period. Positive energy is the mission you have to be on. Yeah, you can benefit that way too. But you can't love the material things. You cannot fall in love with the material things. Yeah, I said it. And it's wise thoughts, wise moves, wise clues for you guys to be wise too. I swear to God on my blunt. And I'm the wise guy who once was the fool. Now you guys know why. And I'm up out of here.